Hi, I'm Councilwoman Teresa Coates Ellis, and I am here today with Terri Johnson with J Studio Interiors, an interior design business and also floral design.
Thanks, Teresa. My name is Terri. As Teresa said, I'm launching a new career in interior design. I actually graduated from Louisiana State University, go Tigers, and have lived in Manassas since 1994. I worked for a local church for 20 years, and last year kind of started a new adventure with interior design, which I've kind of done on the side for friends and family for many years, along with my floral designs, but just decided I wanted to kind of go for it and do it full time. Constantly, going studying styles and trends, and I have rearranged my room every week since I was like 7 years old. So it's just always kind of been in my blood, and I'm just excited about what's going to happen. In the state of Virginia, you do not have to be a licensed interior designer. You don't have to have a certification, and that's true in most states. Commercial is different, but you're typically working with subcontractors who are licensed, and so if you're the designer, you don't have to have a degree or certification in that as well. Most of your, if you would call celebrity designers, did not go to interior design school. Joanna Gaines, Studio McGee, none of them that you kind of watch on a daily basis on HGTV, they do not have their interior design license. It was a passion they started, and it just took off, and so it's more that they were successful in their business side of it, which is key. Is how you run it, how you advertise it. Social media is huge now. It's like how you're getting the word out there. And we are in such a time now that people aren't out and about. They're not going into stores. They're not physically going in. They are online. So it's kind of like the perfect time to be able to offer a service when most retail has changed dramatically, and they're not carrying product like they used to. So it's hard to even go to stores and see now. So having someone come in and help you do that, I think is very, like right now the home improvement industry is like booming, like 10 times, and you can tell that by you can't get product. You can't get sofas, you can't get wood. So it's the number one industry right now. They just totally, because of COVID, they have just tripled. So I think now's the greatest time in the world to do it. I've kind of always been artistic. So even as a child, I would redo my room every week, like literally sit on the floor and push my furniture across because I didn't have the strength to move it. Painting different things, and I started to teach myself to sew when I was little. So I've just always been very artistic in designing things. And as an adult, I started doing floral design, which I've done for probably 30 years. My sister was a floral designer, so we both kind of have that creative. And even at my job at the church, I did the staging. I did all the decorating for holidays, and have done friends' houses, and did Odin Hall's house for a Christmas tour. But now I'm seeing that I want it to kind of be the next level where it's not as labor intensive, it's more of creative intensive. So I'm not physically doing the work. With florals, yes, but as far as the remodeling, I'm not doing the work. I'm just creating a vision board that says, here's what with our conversation, with your likes and wants, here's what I would suggest, and then we hire out the people that do the physical work. So it's less intensive at 58. So but it's more creative. So you get both worlds. Like, as I do like to design, which I'll still do with my florals, but this is more of putting the pieces together and then presenting it, and then someone else can come in. So it's a little bit less physical, but I think it's more challenging because you are, trying to satisfy a customer versus making something. And if someone wants to buy it, they can or walk away. You're actually selling something specific to the buyer. And so, and I'm taking courses. I'm taking a course, designing by heart course with 2 coaches who have a huge business. They're out in the West Coast, and just jumping in on any kind of podcast and reading books and just doing research on product and vendors, furniture makers, trends, what's coming, what's out. I do know green is a big trend for 2022, any shade of green. I think what I am seeing is less is more across the board. No matter what your style is, I think the younger generations are not into collectibles. I smile because I'm constantly asking my kids, do you want this? And they're like, no. So I think we grew up in a generation where we collected little tchotchkes and figurines and stuff, and this generation just isn't. They don't like a lot of clutter, so don't save your stuff because they don't want it. Wicker rattan is big. It's not like a big wicker chair. It may be wicker arms or wicker bar stools, the backs of them, and that is it's a big because it's natural. Natural is in the bohemian, the wood tones versus at one point with the farmhouse, everything's painted. You got to paint everything white and make it rustic, and so now I think the wood is making a big comeback. Gold finishes are huge right now. Natural stone, pampas grass. I mean, all of the more organic things are really what trends. What's coming, what's out, all that stuff is just 24/7. You're constantly wanting to learn more, which is the beauty, is that we always want to be learning. And so I think that's the challenging part, is just continue to learn and get better, because you never stop, because it will change. It will change every year, and so that's just the moneymaker part of it. You have to change so that people have to buy new stuff and all that stuff. But really, you want people to walk into their home, because especially now, you spend more time at home than ever, and you just want your home to be a place where when you walk in the door, it's like, it's safe, and I love it, and whatever that looks like, minimal, or with lots of stuff. It's just whatever, when you walk in the door, you just breathe this, I'm glad I'm home, and that's what I want to do for people.